Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. Before I get into today's episode, just want to thank everybody for supporting the channel. If you guys are enjoying the content or if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. So, a report just came out stating that the Sacramento Kings star, DeAaron Fox, is choosing to forego his contract extension this year, a decision that is sure to raise questions about Fox's future and whether or not he's going to request a trade from the Sacramento Kings. So, according to ESPN's Shams, Fox has said with his representation from Clutch Sports that they're bypassing a 3-year, $165 million extension, and they aim at signing a larger deal next summer. Do they want to sign a larger deal this next summer with the Kings, or is he going to request a trade? Who knows? There's starting to be rumors and speculation that he could request a trade because he declined this extension. And so rival teams have been monitoring the situation. And what team typically monitors situations like these where players don't opt into their extension, or if they do request a trade? The Miami Heat. So I assume and hope that Pat Riley and Mickey Arison and Eric Spoelstra are monitoring the situation in Sacramento. Fox is slated to become a free agent in 2026 based on his current deal and has been eligible to sign a 3-year extension before the start of this season. So this could be a big deal that he's not opting in to that extension. So by waiting for next season, Fox can become eligible for a 4-year, $229 million max extension. If he makes an All-NBA team this season, then he'll be eligible to sign a Supermax 5-year, $345 million extension with the Sacramento Kings, which is just utterly ridiculous because he's obviously a very good player, but I don't think he's that good of a player. But still, Fox doesn't seem to be unhappy in Sacramento, the team that drafted him. He does like the Sacramento Kings. So he hasn't requested anything yet. But if he does, then the Miami Heat need to come in and swoop in. Like, my thoughts were that when he does become a free agent, because he hasn't signed his extension, he was eligible to do so for a while now, that he could be testing the free agency waters. And if he does, the Miami Heat would be in position to possibly sign him because Duncan Robinson will be coming off the books, I believe, that time frame. Terry Rozier will be on an expiring contract that season. And there's going to be a few other players that are coming off the books. And so the Heat have now been working on a relationship with Clutch Sports this season. They finally signed a player that has been represented by Clutch, which was Alec Burks. And so who is DeAaron Fox's best friend, one of his college teammates, someone that he keeps in touch with? Bam Adebayo, obviously. So, of course, there's going to be speculation that Bam Adebayo should be recruiting DeAaron Fox to join the Miami Heat. So pairing those two would be ridiculous, and I think it would be amazing. Obviously, it would be very difficult if we had Jimmy Butler still on this roster because you can't have 3 max players on your team. So I don't know if this is even a possibility, but imagine a world where if Jimmy Butler gets traded or decides to sign a smaller contracts so that we have the ability to sign a DeAaron Fox and have to trade away pieces like Terry Rozier or Tyler Hero to make the books, to make it work. I mean, I guess we could be a second apron team, but that means we would be going all in. But I would love a world if we had still Jimmy Butler on this team, DeAaron Fox, and Bam Adebayo as our big 3. That would be huge. We wanted Damian Lillard because we wanted someone who has the capability of scoring. We need a guard who's young and who could facilitate and score. And this would be a huge prize for the Miami Heat. Adding Bam Adebayo with his former college teammate as the Miami Heat's future duo would be an awesome thing to see. We'll see if it's even possible or feasible, but it doesn't seem likely that DeAaron Fox is going to request a trade. But if he does, before he does become a free agent, that's where the Miami Heat can then trade a Tyler Hero, a Terry Rozier, whoever it may be, to get him before he does become a free agent in 2026. So this could be an interesting year. We'll see if he becomes disgruntled for any reason or even requests a trade. That would be amazing. But in all likelihood, again, he seems happy in Sacramento. He seems like he just wants to wait 1 extra year so he can get that 4-year deal versus that 3-year 165. I think that's what Bam got, like 3 years 165. So if he waits that 1 extra year, he can get much more money, especially if he makes an All-NBA team somehow this season. Then he can make that Supermax. So I think that's probably the more likely route, is that he wants to stay with the team that drafted him and wants to make as much money as possible. He's still relatively young, I believe. I don't know how old he is exactly. I think he's like 26, 27, maybe. Similar age to Bam Adebayo. But either way, I would love for him to come to the Miami Heat. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's even feasible that he does request a trade? And if he does, do you think the Miami Heat will finally be able to add a star to this team, whether Jimmy Butler is on this team or not, but just adding someone next to Bam Adebayo for our future?